I got a bunch of questions on my first video I did with the Naturenest tent, just specific things people wanting to know, and questions on Facebook groups and stuff like that. So I figured I would just kind of run through that really quick, try to go through the specifics, answer as many questions as I can, and just kind of run through the whole process, set up, tear down again, and just kind of show you how it all works. It's like most clamshell tents, I'm sure, but this is the first one I've owned, so maybe it's not. But either way, let's run through it. So I've actually got it taken off the truck right now, obviously. We are planning on taking our travel trailer out. Excuse the filthy barn. We're planning on taking the camper out this weekend, and it's a lot of bed weight, so I wasn't sure with a half-ton truck how that would pull it with the camper with this on the back. So anyway, took it off. I used my winch on the golf cart and rigged up a hoist in our barn to get it off, and I just set it on this. I plan on making this into a workbench at some point. But anyway, so this is the tent itself. People were asking about the latches. This is the, there's a latch like this on the front and the back. And basically you just push that in and you push that down. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand. I'll show you better here in just a second. So people were asking about the latches. You've got one of these on the front and the back. It's got this red button. So basically you just push this in and this pushes down, reach on the bottom, and it kind of pulls out. Again, there's one more on the back. Push that in, push it down. There's these latches here. There's two of them. There's they just pull down like that. I like them. The only thing that's kind of weird is if you pull on this rubber part, it kind of pulls down to where it's hard to relatch them. But not a big deal. It's just something you got to be mindful of. These also had a lock on these latches here, just a barrel style lock. The second day that I had this on the truck, I lost the keys to it. So on the back side, you can actually just, there's a little nut. I just spun it off, kind of bent the bracket a little bit, or the actual like turn thing. Pop those off because I'm not going to lock it anyway. I don't think it's necessary. I don't know. I feel like people aren't going to really mess with it too much. I'm going to go ahead and get these latches put back to normal so I can go through the whole thing from start to finish, opening this thing up so you can see exactly what I got to go through to do it. So there you have it, all of 2 minutes to set it up, and some people probably say, oh, we're setting it up on the ground, it's going to be a lot easier than on the back of the truck, but really it's not though, because my tailgate's open when I'm on this side, so it's about the same. This side here, it honestly was kind of awkward opening it from here because when it's up high, you have all the leverage from the ladder to pull it down. This side here, I don't put this side in because this is the side that interferes with my cab of my truck, so I can't use these awning poles on this side. But yeah, this is it set up. One comment someone made was about the opening right here, or the clear part of the rain fly. They said, oh, I'd rather have that be black and not clear. It looks kind of cheap anyway. It looks like it might tear. This is some pretty thick plastic. I can't gauge it anyway. But I like it because when I'm in the tent, if I'm trying to look out, like the night me and my little boy were camping and there was some people partying on the beach. Here's an example for you. You stick your head out, you can look either way without having to reach all the way out. So to me, it's nice to be able to just sit right here on the edge and be able to look left and right so you can see, you know, kind of what's going on around you. So I really enjoy that a lot. I had some questions about the specific dimensions of the sleeping area. My ladder's kind of sticking up a little bit, so don't mind that. But I'm just going to measure it really quick to see what that is. Yeah. All right. That was a bad idea. All right. I can't really climb into it because it's on this thing. It's about to tip over. But I'm going to try to do as good as I can to get the measurements on the inside of it for you. Alright, so from the far end to here, the mattress is about 80 inches front to top to bottom, basically. So 44 inches wide right here at the entrance. It's about 58 inches from window to window there. So yeah, overall quality still really good. I haven't really had any issues. The only thing that I've noticed, I'll show you, is right up here at the front, or on the inside of the top part. This has kind of come up a little bit. It's kind of hanging down, so maybe that'll wind up being an issue down the road. Don't really know. Time will tell, I guess. But that's the only thing that I've noticed so far, is that has a little bit of a loose spot on it. Anyway, let me put this thing back down, and it's basically the whole same process, just reversed. So this thing's easy enough to set up and tear down that I just put it away, timed myself, and realized once I had it all packaged up that the camera wasn't recording. So I set it back up. But anyway, I'm going to time myself again, and it was about 3 minutes that time. I'm going to time myself again, just going normal speed again, see how long it takes just to show you, but starting now. So there you go. That's it. It takes about 2 minutes to set it up, about 2 minutes to tear it down. Yeah, it's a little bit different because I'm on the ground, but basically putting it away, you throw, or you take your awning poles out, stick them back in the bag. I just leave them in this end of the tent there. You'll fold your ladder in and the platform, and then you'll throw the strap over, pull it down. I'll get this one started first usually, and I walk across the bed rails on the side of the truck. Again, get this one started, and each time you have to tuck it in, make sure it's all good. Once you get both sides started, go back to the front, wrench this one down all the way, go back to the back, wrench this one down all the way, and then you can clamp these and you're done. There's really nothing to it. I will say too, when I was hoisting this thing off the truck, I had to get up in those rafters in the barn. I'm sure you're not supposed to, but I was standing on this. I didn't have all my weight on it, which granted I'm only about 175 pounds, but I was standing on this most of my weight. So, and it was barely even flexing. So, I don't know what kind of plastic that is, but it's some pretty tough stuff. Okay, so fast forward, it's the next day. There's a couple things that I realized I forgot to answer when I did the video yesterday. While I was editing it, I realized it. Anyway, one of them is outside dimensions. So it is 14 inches tall from the top of that rib down to the bottom. It is 4 foot wide, right on the nose, 4 foot wide. And then from tip to tail, it is 64 inches from the front all the way to the back. That way, I guess you'll know what you can fit it on. One other thing was about the mounting brackets and how they go. This rack is kind of weird because it's this kind of big C channel, so I definitely couldn't reach all the way across. It looks a little bit janky, I guess, depending on your opinion. It's solid. It's not hasn't come loose. Hasn't moved at all. These straps are normally, I don't remember if they had a little bit of a bend to them or if they're flat, but it's just one of those things. I don't know, figure it out as I go along. Another one, somebody asked about if you can leave your sleeping stuff inside of it while you have it folded up. I don't know that you could. There probably is enough room. I did notice there's like some hooks in the top, so you could almost probably put like a net. I thought about doing that in the top to like keep my pillows or something in there and a blanket. But we use sleeping bags. When you roll them up, they definitely take too much room. I tried to fold them up one time, and with the part that folds in, it was sticking up, so that definitely didn't work. Maybe you could put it on top of there or something, but haven't really tried it. Haven't really experimented with it. So that's it. That's setup and tear down of the Naturenest clamshell tent. A little bit of Q&A about it. If there's anything I left out or anything you're curious about, feel free to comment down below. I'd be happy to answer it for you. If you got something from this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's cool too. Either way, y'all take care.